What's going on, guys, and thank you for joining me today on my channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about emergency funds. The main premise behind the topic is getting a lot more thorough about how you manage your cash flow. So today I want to talk to you about why an emergency fund is important, how to set attainable goals, and what actions are important for you to achieve and maintain those financial goals. Let's get started today. What's going on, guys? And for those of you who are new, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So my name is Sean Harness, and professionally, I am an engineer, also a business strategist. From a finance perspective, I had a pretty unique story as it relates to growing up in the inner city of Detroit, being a first-generation college graduate. Growing up, I really didn't learn a lot about best practices as it relates to personal finance. But as I went and worked at different companies from a corporate perspective, so in corporate America, I learned quite a bit. And three elements that always stick out to me that have been important to get me to where I am today. One is education, good mentorship, and also hard work. So I started this channel mainly because the best practices that I've learned as it relates to generating and sustaining wealth, I've learned mainly in corporate America, and those I want to give to you. When you have a minute, go check out my website. Oh, get this, I have a free 3-day money video course that will give you some great tips as it relates to leveling up in your business, also in your career. So let's get back into the topic today, guys. So I selected the topic related to emergency funds. What better time is there to talk about emergency funds than now in a pandemic? All right, so 3 quick reasons why emergency funds are important. So first, what about the what ifs? So what if your car breaks down? What if you have, let's say, a medical bill that you have to pay? Secondly, having an emergency fund will allow you to rely less on loans and credit cards, which we don't want to do. And third, I'll say it relates more so to personal mental health. If you have a cushion of money stashed away, when you go out, you know what your budget is and you feel better about spending money. So today I want to give you 5 tips on how to build, manage, and also maintain an emergency fund. So number 1, set a realistic goal and stick to it. As a rule of thumb, I'll say 3 to 6 months, more on the 6 months in of your expenses is what you should be looking at for an emergency fund. So to keep things simple for the math, if you have $1,000 each month in expenses, you need to be saving $3,000 to $6,000. The other piece is, if you honestly cannot save that 3 to 6 months, set a small realistic goal. Let's just save $1,000, right? Over the course of, say, 6 months, save $1,000 that you don't touch. Now, a few other elements that are very important. So you need to set this up in a separate bank account, not your main bank account. This needs to be a separate bank account where it can sit, and it can also have a higher interest rate. I recommend credit unions per se, because they typically have higher interest rates for your savings accounts. Also, it needs to draft automatically out of your check so you don't even see it. When you start to hit small goals, reward yourself. Take yourself out to dinner, go get some ice cream, whatever it is you enjoy. Number 2, manage your cash accordingly. So this relates more so to, if you set a goal to have $200 each paycheck come out of your check and go into that separate bank account we just talked about, and you notice throughout the pay period, all of your day-to-day expenses, if it seems a little tight, what you need to do is an element that a lot of accountants call a flex. So you need to go back and think about maybe saving $100 a paycheck versus $200 a paycheck, because as you notice, the $200 a paycheck was a little too much for you. Number 3, analyze your budget accordingly. It's very important for you, if you have consistent income coming in, that you take some portion of that income, set a goal for your cash reserve or emergency fund, and stash it away. If you notice that you do have that consistent money coming in and you still can't save money, what you need to do is think about some of the line items in your budget. Some of those luxury items that you have, you may want to start to take away. Premium cable channels, luxury cars, luxury clothes. Maybe not all of them, but at least some of them, so you are able to, again, flex your budget and put some of those cash reserves away for a rainy day. Be true to yourself, but also be true to your budget and be true to your bank account. Number 4, stash away a good portion of those lump sums. So this goes out to the people that actually still get a tax refund, or for those of you who get a bonus at work. If you have some time in the year where you come into a possession of a nice sum of money, don't spend it all. The goal is for you to have access to cash. That's how corporations work. Being able to have access to cash when you need it versus having to get a loan or use a credit card and pay an interest rate, you don't want to do that. You want to have access to your own cash just in case something happens. Number 5, stay encouraged, but also stay consistent. One of my mentors always told me, one of the hardest things that people struggle with is actually starting something, but also staying consistent. So in this regard, as it relates to your finances, you owe that to yourself. Find a goal, set that goal, and stay consistent with getting to that goal. That's our time for today, guys, and thank you for joining me. If you liked this video and it was helpful, make sure you like it below. Also subscribe to my channel and share this video with someone who you feel can use the content. When you get a minute, also go check out my website, SeanHarness.com. I have a free 3-day money video course there for you to learn some other really helpful tips as it relates to leveling up in your business, also your career. Until then, peace out, guys.